Nonverbal communication. After you've spent countless hours researching the right statistic, finding the right picture, and hunting down exactly what you want to present in your presentation, you need to convey your presentation just the way you want. The only way to do that successfully is through nonverbal communication. Once you can convey yourself through nonverbal communication, you're going to be able to get up in front of the class and nail your presentation. The reason nonverbal communication is so important is because it builds credibility. We establish credibility through our nonverbal communication because credibility is seen as credibility is shown to be more credible with nonverbal communication than verbal communication. A way to see if your audience believes your credibility is through immediacy symbols. We can tell if the audience is engaged through smiling, nodding, or acting like they're engaged. If they're sitting on the edge of their seat and making eye contact, then we know that they believe we are credible. Another big part of credibility is through gestures. Gestures and nonverbals, such as adapters, help build credibility. Adapters are things such as when we show nerves through our fidgeting. If you're playing with your hair or shaking your leg or clicking your pen, you're showing that you're nervous and not credible. Other things such as emblems, which are not agreed upon meanings, such as like when you call someone crazy, you put your finger around your head, and that is also another gesture that you can use. However, you want to make sure when you're using this gesture, you're using it in the correct way, otherwise it will diminish your credibility. The last gesture that is also one of the most important are illustrators. You use illustrators a lot when giving presentations, such as when you're illustrating how big a box may be. If you're talking about a box, you're going to usually illustrate how big it might be. Another main component of nonverbals is body language. Body language shows if you're confident, if you're alert, if you're engaged in what's being said or not. Another part of body language is your eye contact. Eye contact is very important. Eye contact not only shows that you're engaged in what you're saying and what other people are showing. If they're nodding or smiling, that means you know that they're engaged in what you're saying. And it also helps in group presentations. If someone else is about to talk, you usually turn your eye contact from the audience to whoever's going to talk next. And it signals that the person is going to be talking. Another major part of body language is facial expressions. If you're going to be using facial expressions, you're going to want to use the correct ones at the correct times. So if you're going to be talking about something sad, you're going to want to act sad, or you're going to want to act mad if you're talking about something that should anger people. Facial expressions are important and they enhance your presentation as well. Lastly, vocalics are also important. You want to have the right tone and the right pitch. It can help regulate conversation flow and show what is important to the audience or not. Once you have all of these together, you are ready to get up and present in front of your audience. You just have to keep in mind that your credibility is based on these nonverbal communications.